Yeah, Kangaroo Zoo. I don't know why I've got a thing about kangaroos.
Yeah.
I can't look at a kangaroo without being sort of slightly, you know, happy
Inspired.
about it, you know. There's just things hopping around, I just like the idea. There's not enough hopping going on.
I separated all my friends from high to low, and in between the two others I let them go. You spin like circles in the sky like tangerines.
Kangaroo Zoo, I think it's just, really, I mean, to make a record label these days, you just come up with a name and stick it on a website. I mean,
Just
you
because.
know, it's not an enterprise, we've got no money, you know. And we're exactly like the majors, we've got no money, no staff, and we could get fired at any time, and it's just it's just like the majors, really. So it's a good starting place to put ourselves on. And it's just a little kind of bit of an independent stamp, you know. And I've obviously got the song Kangaroo Zoo, I don't know where the connection is. I think I just came up with the idea when I was doing the Kangaroo phase. You know. It's a right little song, it's a good introduction, and it's good to get out, it's a good little fingerprint, but it's kind of like a little door stopper, you know, and put it out and kind of move on, really, you know, put out some better songs next year. So 1982 was on that, we sort of earmarked that onto that too. So anyone that bought 1982 first time had to buy it again, you know. So we didn't do anything, we remastered it or something, you know, just to repackage it, and then we kind of put it out, and it did really well. It was a really good domino, you know. And that's the thing now, like nowadays in music, like it's become less about like an album or a single or a show or a tour or a t-shirt or whatever. It's become like each little thing is as significant as each other, you know. So a single is just as significant as a show or a tour or a blog post or anything. It almost has become that disposable. So we kind of want to put stuff out quickly, you know, and keep going, you know. So I think that was a good thing to put out because it didn't really pigeonhole us too much. It kind of was saying, okay, this is the first thing. We're not expecting the world to bow straight away. You can get music out nowadays, you know. Yeah, it's good having a record, you know, having your own label and stuff. It's all the other stuff. It's the PR and marketing behind it all. And you really, when you start a label, that's all the stuff. You kind of have to separate the artist or the writer away from that. You know, you have to go, right, that's cool, we've got that, we know that's down, but we kind of have to focus just as much on, we're on it on all those levels too, because if we're not, it doesn't matter how good we are, we're not going to break through, you know. Before you start making it, you've got to make it, you know, you've got to basically pay the right people and do the right things and work as much as hard as you can. So I think that having that really helps us because it doesn't make us look kind of unsigned, it's sort of, you know, something about being unsigned that makes you look slightly like I'm about to sign on or something, you know. but no, it's important for our sound to come out of this circumstance. I think if it didn't come out of this circumstance, then it wouldn't sound raw, it wouldn't sound angry, I suppose. It's meant to be a reaction, you know. It's, you know, the songs aren't, you know, the songs aren't songs, they're like weapons, you know. You try to read one injure with them, you know. That's the point. I think you have to be that exaggerated and that magnified in this day and age to actually kind of to transpose, you know.
I've got this knack of making everything good. Turn back, I can't explain why the things I've said, they all make sense to you.
It's going to be great. Well, we've just been touring for 3 months, you know, since the beginning of January, and just driving constantly in this tiny little car. Well, we call it our tour bus for the sake of sort of keeping our spirits up, you know. But really, it's sort of just like a hand-me-down people carrier, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, we've been in that, spent a lot of time sort of stuck there with the guitar here and the drum here and the drummer back there who stinks, you know.
Yeah,
They do smell, don't they? They're not here to defend themselves, but they need to wash more often, I think. But it's been great, you know. The reception we're getting has been amazing, like, and we've become a better band from doing the shows, you know. Like, we got bass player like day before we started the entire tour, 24 hours before. 24 hours before the bass player we had dropped out, so we had to get a drummer and bass player. This guy came on board, like Zolo, you know, came on board, and he just completely got it straight away and committed to the whole thing, you know. And then we've just been playing and playing, and we haven't actually had any money really to spend on rehearsals or anything like that, so we've been kind of working on stuff in sound checks and stuff like that, And that's been great because now we get to the end of the tour, we've got some new songs to play, and which we can't wait, and it means that we've got some new material to put out and new record as well as we go along. I think releasing music now is like releasing a blog, I think
it just has no value because it's like Facebook, isn't it? It's like the minute you post it, it's gone. 30 seconds later, right, it's buried under
even
that.
Like the day after
then,
you can put something out, right?
Yeah, like singles and stuff. You
put a single out.
Put something out, and then you're like, I don't know, 5 days later, that's it. It's like, what's next?
What's next?
Which is fine, but you need to have the next.
Well, it's fine, but it just takes time to adapt to that mindset, especially if you come out of a different time where it wasn't like that. It's just the way it is, and in a sense it makes you have to push even more and have to refresh even more. If you stop putting music out, if you stop doing stuff, then people will just move on to something else, And that's the frustration for us. We put out more music if we could, but the way it all technically works with waiting for magazine articles and waiting for this, you have to do it months before, so we have this kind of queue, We're eager to get on with it, We feel like we've already made it, we're just waiting for everyone to catch up, But that's kind of, the hard bit is when that reality comes crashing down, you realise, wait a minute, we're miles away, But it should be hard anyway, there's too many easy routes.